Monday morning, and it's good to see you. Okay. So, without further ado, let's get into the roundup, the 7th episode. So, to start the day off, we have the Stoic Emperor saying, "It is easy to blame them. It is hard to confront me. The easy path is the road to ruin. The hard path is the way of growth." And the emotion machine follows up with, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." And to be specific, that's by Marcus Aurelius. Oh, I definitely need this coffee. Okay, real words. Money speaks only one language. If you save me today, I will save you tomorrow. Okay, let's see what appreciate gratitude says. Unexpected kindness, the most powerful, least costly, and most underrated agent of human change. Kindness that catches us by surprise and brings out the best in our nature. And our digital health and wellness comes in with an article about three paraplegics who can walk again thanks to a new device implanted in their spinal cords. Surgeons have implanted electronic pulse generators that allow doctors to stimulate their brains via the spinal cord by sending targeted electrical signals that mimic neural signals, to be specific, sorry. Sorry guys, bear with me. There we go. Sorry about that. There we go. Psychology Living comes in to say, stop thinking about what you're going to say next while someone else is still speaking. Notice your breath, hear them out, open your mind and listen. It's quite easy said and done. I find myself often jumping in to try and head off a conversation by someone else, which isn't necessarily the way to do things, really. It is often wiser just to listen to the other person prior to making your assumptions. Okay, Wired UK, bendy phones, who needs them? Folding phones are finally here, so what's the point in them? And the article goes on to explain about LG and Samsung are set to launch folding TVs and smartphones, and everyone from Apple to Xiaomi has patents and prototypes in. Mind, body and healing. Don't waste your time on revenge. Those who hurt you will eventually face their own karma. Neuroscience News talks about an article where there's recent research that reveals a causal link between the dopamine and the reward responses in humans when listening to music. Let me just check in on that article, just to check the source on that, really. And the source is by Idapel. A new study published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Science, to be specific, as the source, reveals a causal link between dopamine, and the reward responses in humans when listening to music. Very cool. Accept your past without regret, which is easier said than done from my experience. Handle your present with confidence and face your future, according to 911 Well, motivational quotes. We have another article come in this morning by The Emotion Machine. You often need to believe in yourself, even without any reason or evidence, before you can bring out your best self. In this way, most successful people have positive delusions about themselves and what they are capable of. Let me just see if the article actually expands a little bit on that. Stories we tell ourselves. Some of the stories we tell ourselves include: I just need more experience with dating before I get better at it, for example. I just wasn't compatible with that specific person. I just wasn't feeling well that day and was in a bad mood. I would have hit it off if they gave me more of a chance. So, yeah, and it just goes to say that positive delusions are a necessity, essentially, of being able to reach our full potential. Which is kind of understandable. We often gas ourselves up, really, in terms of getting through something that might be a little bit intimidating. I hope you experience more love, smiles, growth, laughter, blessings, good vibes, great people, and positive outcomes. SciPost.org comes in to talk about memories of eating influence your next meal, and new research pinpoints to the brain cells that are involved. Let me just see what it says on the brain cells that are actually involved in that. And the brain cells that are involved. So they're talking about the hypothalamus and the neurons that are turned off and on in regards to that. The hippocampal cells, they say. Okay. What shapes our lives are the questions we ask, refuse to ask, or never think to ask. And talk with a person who makes you see the world differently. So it's good not to just exist in your own echo chamber all the time, but to have different views on things, to challenge the way that you might think about things, which is sometimes quite easier said than done, again, when talking about concepts that might be well outside of your belief system, say. Okay, a few odd fun facts. In Britain, 1 out of every 4 potatoes is eaten in the form of a French fry. And the other one is 1 gallon of used motor oil can ruin approximately 1 million gallons of fresh water. Yikes. And the ancient sage comes in to say, people think they need more knowledge when in reality they need to implement the knowledge they already possess, because active implementation of knowledge requires real work. They procrastinate by reading more stuff while thinking that they are doing something productive. Time Health comes in with an article from the 23rd of January talking about being inside the specialised recovery high schools designed just for teens with addiction. So I read a little bit on this article last night, and this is based in Seattle, to be specific. And I believe that they're focusing on people with issues, substance abuse issues like Oxycontin and Xanax, etc. And there's roughly about 20 students that attend this school, attend classes in the school on math, language arts, physical education, etc. And I believe that, what did it say? It said all 21 had actually graduated from the school since. Yeah, just trying to find the actual thing. Yeah, since the school opened, 21 students have graduated, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so I've just discovered that hidden within the files of the 2001 Spider game numerous angry rants targeted towards an employee named Matt. Today I also discovered that every year since 1999, Netherlands have the vote for the best 2000 songs in history. They are then to be played on the radio in the week leading up to New Year's Eve. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen has won every year except 4 times. That kind of makes sense in a lot of ways. Okay, I just discovered that jaywalking was invented by car companies in the early 1900s to shift blame for accidents from motorists to pedestrians. Smart tactic, huh? Okay, and the last bit of information is the food section, and this one is the health benefits of broccoli, courtesy of Mind, Body and Healing. And they list 10 points of the benefits of broccoli. Number 1, helps prevent cancer. Number 2, curbs overeating. 3, boosts immune health. 4, fights birth defects. 5, helps with diabetes. 6, fights heart disease. 7, promotes healthy bones. 8, regulates blood pressure. 9, prevents colds. 10, regulates hormones. And that's the last of the articles for today, really. So tune in tomorrow, I guess, and we will continue the live morning roundup. So thank you for stopping by today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.